My mum has always told me if there's an issue, the situation, obviously you need to talk to the person that you have an issue or situation with,
Definitely,
right? So
yeah.
sit down, talk it out. If it comes to a consensus where it just isn't gonna work, I like to end it before it gets messier than what it already is.
That's the right thing to do, because you're thinking, I mean, I imagine you thought to yourself, this isn't feeling right. I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
This isn't working for me anymore. So it's time to call it off. And I respect anybody that can do that, because a lot of the time, you know, we allow things like lust, history with the person that we're with to prevent us from doing the right thing and locking it off when we feel the love is gone. You know, there's a saying, man, the hard path is the right path. And I believe that's true in most cases. It's hard to lock it off. It's hard.
You have been hurt. You have been hurt.
It's really hard, man, and it's painful sometimes, especially when you built up a history and your families know each other, and you know, you was like, oh, that Christmas when you bought me this, and like my birthday, and all this past, or what you've been through, some beautiful experiences, which is cool, you know, because who was it? I think someone posted a status or some picture with a message on it saying, oh, you know, some people are supposed to be here just for one chapter of your life, and others are supposed to be here for the whole of your life. You know, sometimes people come and go, you know, and take what you can take from them and keep it moving. You know, and for me, the way I look at it is, I say there are people that have been in my life before. They might as well be dead. And when I say that, I don't mean I want them to be. I'm just saying we have no communication. So if they was to pass away, it wouldn't really make a difference to my life, if that makes any sense. Like, I mean, in a sense where we don't have a relationship, like we don't have any communication because we're not in each other's lives anymore.
I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a weird one. We were talking about this the other day, where it is quite a sad thing when you open up yourself to someone, you give yourself to that person, you know, you become really close, and then when you break up, you don't have any communication anymore, and it hurts, man. Like I've been very hurt by that before, but it's just the way it is sometimes, isn't it? And me, I've not been understanding about it before, and I've been annoyed that the girl I broke up with didn't want to still have communication, but I understand that's the way she had to deal with it. And seeing each other's pictures and still talking, trying to still have a civil relationship when you've been intimate and you've been a couple, that don't work, man, because unless you genuinely, which I think is rare, both mutually like, you know what, let's just be friends, which is so rare, because usually one person wants to be with the other person's done. Sometimes people need to cut people off.
I've seen it so many times where, you know, your friends been in a relationship and been on and off and whatnot, then they decide to finally call it quits. Then you see that they're still talking to each other.
So that's the whole nother topic.
I can't deal with that. Like, what I mean, like, deal with that is like, yo, if it's over, it's over. Yeah. Just let it go. Let it go. Frozen. Copyright. Put it like this: if you guys' emotions are so heightened right now to the point where one person can say something and it will just set you off, it's not a good idea. It's not healthy for you to actually still be talking to each other, because you might still feel those emotions. Like, nah, like I've very much been, I've been cut, and I've cut. The way I see it is like, yo, if it's over, it's over. I don't need to be talking to you right now because my emotions are everywhere. You could say something that will make me think emotionally, okay, cool, still, and it just messes us up. It gets messy. You don't want it to get messy, because after a relationship, despite how much time you spent with that person, you need time for yourself.
It's not gonna be the same, is it, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna be the same once you break up. It's not the same. And don't get me wrong, people can break up and then come back together like years later, and they're both ready to be with each other.
Makes sense.
Maybe one person's grown up and another person has seen things differently. I feel like your ex should usually stay your ex, because they're your ex for a reason. You know, who knows? Maybe someone was with someone and they both really loved each other, but one of them just wanted to see other people, just had that urge to go and sleep around. And then maybe they've sort of shagged themselves out of sleeping with other people, and now they're like, oh, I can be with one person now. That does happen sometimes. It takes all sorts, man. And I really think that it's all subjective in that respect. Because, you know, I've got a friend, I'm sure we've all got friends who, you know, cheat on their partner all the time. Like, one of my friends does that all the time, you know, but he, that's just no, come on. He feels like it'll always be that way. And one could argue and say, you know what, you haven't found the right one, and that's why you're being that way. But his argument is, no, that's just how I am. I'm just that way. You know what I mean? So, but who knows? Because he might never meet the right one, or he might actually have met the right one, and he's just that way inclined. You know. But there's another thing I wanted to touch upon as well, and that is unofficial relationships. That's something we have to talk about. I am definitely someone that's done this too many times. Yeah, I didn't realize it was an unofficial relationship until it was too late, where two people are seeing each other. Yeah, now I'm talking to my old self right now, who wouldn't have understood this. If you're seeing somebody and you're both saying I'm not seeing anyone else, in a relationship. Like, even if you're fibbing and saying, I'm only seeing you.
This is like modern day relationships now.
Exactly. You know
what are we? I'm single. You're mine.
I'll be honest, I've done that before, where I've been seeing a girl and I've literally said, she's asked me, you see anyone else? And I'm like, no. Because I thought, well, if I tell her, yeah, I really like you, but I am seeing 4 other girls, and that's just how it is. But I really, really, really like you. I like them, but I really, really, really like you. Sounds like a tune, innit? As hard as it is to admit that, I think it's important, to be honest, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're telling her you're just seeing her, and she's saying I'm just seeing you in a relationship,
Unofficially, yeah.
You're in an unofficial relationship, man.
Situationship.
So then all of a sudden, if she finds out you're seeing someone else, you're like a cheat, and you're like, huh? How? Like
where? How do we get right there? Like, no.
We're not in a relationship. She goes, yeah, I know we're not, but you said you weren't seeing anyone else. That's deep, man. So I feel like it's very, very important to be honest about that.
Absolutely.
But again, a lot of people watching this be like, bro, what are you talking about? I ain't telling the girl that I'm seeing other people. Are you mad?
Get out right here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
But I'm just saying, from my experience, I feel like it's
Boy, in the
important.
long run, it saves you stress, right?
Saves you stress.
It saves you so much stress. Look, just be straight up, honest.
Be honest, man.
Like he said, the hard path is always the right path, innit?
I've been honest, and I've been wishy-washy, and I've been dishonest. And the best way is to be honest, in my experience.
I mean, just think about it. Like, okay, cool, you may get called this, that now, but later on in the future, at least they can turn around and say, do you know what, you did do that, but you was honest.
And you know what, that leads us to another word that we said, respect. They'll respect you for it, because as much as it's hard to be honest, the self-respect that you have and that they'll have for you is powerful, man. Like, there's this girl, for example, yeah, again, no names, I don't worry saying too much. What's it? One time, yeah, I'm not gonna say no names though. Like, you know, I would never do that. I would never be disrespectful like that. One time I was, you know, chilling with her, and then and I was just honest with her, man. Like, I just looked at her straight and I said, you know, you smell, like, you know, and she was like, it was an awkward situation. I didn't make it awkward, well, I did, but I wasn't awkward. I just said, look, you smell, like, I care about you as a person, so I'm telling you the truth, you smell. And she was like, she didn't know what to say. Like, she was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I said, yeah, but I'll be honest with you, you actually smell. Now, she was annoyed with me, she was pissed off with me, but she respected the fact that I was honest with her. And I was just, you know, it is what it is. She smells. Like, and like, she smelled that time. She doesn't always smell. She smelled that one time, and that's because, look, if I didn't take a shower, I'd smell. I might smell now, because it's been a long day. But what I'm saying is, we've drifted a little bit, but what I'm saying is to respect. And, you know, she thanked me for, later on, she thanked me for saying that you smell, because I was being real. It's like, if your breath smells, I'm gonna say, bruv, your breath smells. You know what I'm saying? It's about the delivery, of course. I'm gonna say, your breath fucking stinks. Like, that's not love. I'll just be like, yo, your breath smells, bro. Like, sort it out. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I care about you. If I don't care about you, I'm just gonna let you go and breathe on some buff chick that might have liked you, and then, boy, then that situation is dead. Because the first impression was, yeah, oh, that guy was buff, yeah, but his breath was smelling. Like. Anyways, I'm just saying, respect. And if you respect people, you be honest with them. And that's how I feel.
I think another thing as well is, like, if you're not too sure about a relationship, leave.
Yeah. If you know the person you're seeing really wants a relationship and you don't want a relationship, or you're all like, that's.
And even if you're in a relationship and you're still not sure about it because of whatever how you feel, your own emotions, your own feelings, tell the other person.
I think it's very important to, very, very important to.
And leave, because you don't want to bring that type of energy to the relationship and have that other person start wondering, right, are they going out doing this? What are they doing now? Like, you don't want that, because like it will build up too many insecurities for both people, you know. So obviously, just to diffuse that situation, spend time apart. Once you realize what it is you want, then obviously tell the other person, whether it's good or bad news, like you're still in a relationship or you're not, or you want a relationship or you don't. Okay, cool. Like you said, life is short. Life is short.
I feel like life is short. When I say life is too short, I mean life's too short to play about and to not live your life the way you want to live it, right? But at the same time, I think life's just long enough as long as we do what we want to do in life. We don't need we don't need to respawn for the gamers. We don't need to respawn, we don't need to play again, because we've lived it. We've lived a great life. But I feel like you only start feeling that your life is long when you're doing stuff you don't want to do. Of course, we all got to do things we don't want to do sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes we've got a side job to fit in with the creative stuff that we do, you know, and we're like, oh, I don't want to get out for that because I don't enjoy that, but it's something I have to do to make money. Them things there, but I'm saying in regards to relationships, like, you don't have to be in a relationship. You need a job to pay the rent and support the household and all that stuff. Yeah, support yourself and buy stuff that you feel like you need. So I didn't say want never. but I'm saying, you know, in regards to relationships, no one has to be in a relationship. You don't have to be with any particular person. If someone is making you be with them, that is not. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, get out of that situation. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. You don't have to be with anybody, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to lose interest in someone. It's okay to no longer want to be with someone. That's okay, man.
It's part of things in life. And obviously,
part of life, man.
It gets hard because you feel a certain way. You don't want to tell the other person to upset them and their things. However, you're not responsible for how they feel.
Exactly.
Right? You're not responsible for that. They take it however they want to take.
So if it doesn't feel right, it's because it's not right. You know how many girls I've come across? They're constantly like, he done this, he done that. Like, you know, he did this to me, he said that, he embarrassed me, humiliated me, he did this and that and that. You're still with him. Or you went back to him. And guys as well complain about their chicks, but you're still with her.
But she do this, she do that, she do that. What are you doing about it?
Still,
but anyway, man, we'll see you on the next one.
We will.
We out.
Peace and love.